Meaning what you say. I don't want to start my video off with like a dramatic statement like that to get attention, but it is really that, which is all tied into consistency and leadership. It's all the same thing when you mean what you say. And it's not like, well, when I tell my dog to sit, I make sure they sit. Do you really? What is the context of it? What is the start to finish of it? What is the application as far as when you tell them to sit? Is there a specific spot? Is it in a place? Is it at your side? Do they get up and sit in a different location and you accept that? Because some people say, well, I do make my dog stay. I wait till I release them. But are you consistent with even location, orientation, application? Do you make them sit every time the same way in every situation? And we'll start with sit because it's basic. Most dogs know it, but most dogs have been taught to hear the word or signal, cue, whatever, or sit, which is not great, where they sit and look at you. So if they sit, they make you do something. So they're not giving you a signal with their actions to command you to do something. And now the order of operations is going in the wrong direction. But yeah, the sit has to have a commitment. And when I say commitment, it's not like, well, 98%. It's like, well, you can do that and your dog will certainly be better than the average. But will that sit hold when you need your dog to stay at a corner and not run into a busy street? Will that sit stay when somebody comes and approaches and tries to pet or distract your dog? Or is that sit going to hold to keep your dog calm and trust your intervention when you're struggling with reactivity and you want them to find a replacement behavior in a calm, filtered state of mind through this sit, and trust your leadership as someone who makes those sits a very clear commitment, and you as a pack leader, you mean what you say. That I observe is the hardest part of this for most people. More than ever, because people are distracted, and it's not like we're asking for a long attention span. We're saying you say sit, hold them accountable. If they get up, you remember a second ago where they were sitting and bring them back. I even do place training for that very reason. Well, in the house, there's a spot. If they get up before you told them something other than the command they're in, sit down, places to really just get there. But they should do it until completed the task, and you tell them a specific word that tells them training is no longer required. It's a release. I use the word okay, free, release, break, whatever you want to use. Or there's another command, which is another thing a lot of trainers don't do, is segueing commands into each other. You see that when I train my dogs to sit now, because I followed this, and I've done this with enough clients to also see that there is a very clear outcome that when a dog is taught this way, they hold commands till you link another command, or you release it. I always say it's like an app on a phone. If I turn my app on, my app is now recording me talking. If I turn it off, that app is off, but it will stay on until, you can run out of data. That's building focus, right? But usually it's programmed to run indefinitely until you decide something else. Or if I change that to the photo app, I don't turn it off completely. That app stops running and I start a new one, which is interlinking commands, which is whatever it is. But if your dog, is only getting it to command and there's no commitment for both focus or context and positioning, they're going to have limits. When the leash is off, you're not in the house, when you're not on a place, when there's heavy distractions, you're far away, and other commands like come, distance-based commands you want to achieve, it doesn't make sense. It's like skipping a step when you're trying to learn let's say, it's multiplication, but you haven't learned addition, subtraction, to the point where it's the foundation enough to build on to learn multiplication, division, whatever. That's kind of what building duration is. The person who's giving those commands has to have the most important thing to refer to for any new situation. Most dogs I see, we're not even attentive to it, or we think it's being friendly or whatever it is. We let our dogs make the first decision. We make them run up. We make them go say hi without encouraging it. They run to the door. They greet people when they enter a room. They run up to your crotch when you sit on the couch. Sometimes we ignore it, but that still's not going to cut it. A pack leader would just prevent it because they'd have a plan to redirect it. Well, that's not even preventing it, to actually show them a different alternative. And if it did happen under their watch, it would certainly be redirected. Just for the simple fact that boundaries matter to a dog. And we're not saying being a bully. We're not saying you have to show the dog who's boss and physically domineer your space, but logistically having them walk at your side, not cling to you and follow you, stay in a place, or sit at your side when they greet a new person, or you're walking down the street and before they go say hi to a dog or they get pat on the head. That's That's why the dogs have these issues of impulsivity, anxiety, and reactivity. So, anyway, I don't know what got me into... Oh, so what I find is a lot of people, when I'm trying to use commands in this way I just explained, even under while I'm telling them, just do this, say this, do that, and if the dog does this, do this or that, they just can't hold on to it, or they want to get argumentative with me, or when I finally say, hey, this is happening too much, and it's bar none why your dog's not listening, and I'm not making this up as I go. This is a factual thing that you're not being consistent. You don't mean what you... And commands are all you got to tell your dog something that you mean, they understand, and you can apply it and develop it to mean the level of what I'm saying, to the point where a dog can actually not have a need to react and trust that they can stay put, not follow you everywhere, and offset some pretty heavy behaviors, like, again, anxiety and reactivity and impulse control issues, and then build up where you get a go off-leash freedom, because your dog can come when called, and you trust them to always check in, because you've made that the norm as a pack leader, and through conditioned responses to how they get their needs met and coexist with you. But I don't see a lot of people doing it, even after they spend a whole lot of money and they ask me to tell them what to do. I find a lot of people, just when I finally keep saying the same thing, because they think I'm going to magically change what I'm telling them. If it's dogs, you can't do it a different way, like within the realm of how they learn and their instincts. There's different styles, there's different ways to build it, but it is a state that you're achieving in a dog that's like inherent. Like, it's why a lot of dogs just listen to people, because they just sense that you're the pack leader, or you're someone who has these things implied in your presence, and that's a good thing too. But to teach it to people who don't have that naturally, that energy, right? The dog whisperer Cesar Millan always talks about. We have to teach. That's what I do. But some people are very, not like they're even doing it on purpose, but it can get to the point where it is getting difficult for me, and they could be kind of like, well, you're kind of not telling me that, like, what I'm saying to help you. It's like, I'm trying to help you, and you're just not taking the help. You're not swallowing, not saying the pill, it's a bad way to put it. You're just not, you're not engaging. You're not doing the work. I said in the earlier video today, I'm trying to help you stop drinking, but I'll allow you to drink two days a week. That's not helping you. Oh, we can work on exercise, but when we're not working, I'm your personal trainer, but when we're not working out, you can go to McDonald's, and eat poor quality food, and you'll get sick and won't be able to lose weight and all these, but that's okay. See what I'm saying? Dogs are not conscious of it all, so we have to be even more perfect. You're not going to program a computer and hit the wrong key. You know for a fact you're not going to do a math equation and put the wrong number or symbol. You're not going to get something totally different. Well, most of the ones I do, yeah, but the one you didn't, and we're like in an engineering situation where these calculations have to be perfect to the time of application. This is just dog training. It's not even close that complicated, but it's an emotionally triggered being that we're trying to treat like an engineering equation, meaning your dog and the human-dog relationship. I'm very aware of that.